Hi guys, welcome back to some Quake 4.
A full retreat has been ordered. All squads are to meet at the waste facility for immediate evac. Alright, Marines, haul ass. The clock is ticking and this is one flight we don't want to miss. Roger that.
We got more Hyper Blaster. Alright. You know, it wouldn't be a Quake game without more vehicle sections. I'm just getting the ammo because if I don't get the ammo, then I'll be fucked. Mech Warrior. We're now playing Mech Warrior. So this is a much more squishy vehicle, and also controls like a tank. Ironically, my tank doesn't actually control like that. I have to say though, I kind of like the reloading noise. Like if you heard it. It makes like this loud kind of ka-chink 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 noise. Fortunately, my shields are down. This one is way more squishy. I can't quite run away like from everything like I would from my everything else. For some reason, this thing allows me to hit him though. Like he kind of just let me hit him. All right, let's hope that my shields will go back up. Yeah, and the armor goes up back too. You can't explain that. What is even the point of having 2 health bars? Just have like armor. And so there's no jumping. It's just basically, yeah, it's like a mech thing. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, the one thing I did want to actually talk about a little bit while we do this, obviously incredibly interesting. This incredibly interesting vehicle section in a Quake game, which I've been, you know, complaining about. I just read some of the first comments on my first video I posted up with this. Oh, by the way, this has I think the way it works actually. Sorry, the tank has a lot of shields, but not a lot of armor. But it has this one has a lot of shields, but a lot of armor. But they're basically same health pools. There's no freaking difference. There to fool you. I do like that noise. But anyways, I want to talk about address some of the things that people are telling me. And that is like, people are like, you know, the game doesn't really look that bad, you know? And you know what? You're actually probably right. It really isn't that bad. Like, it's not as bad as I quite say, you know? It has some vehicle sections and stuff like that, and all that kind of crap, you know? As a game itself, it's not that bad. Here's the problem. It's a Quake game. Certain expectations came with that, and it completely failed on all of those expectations entirely. Because I'm right now in a little mech walker thing, which is not very characteristic of Quake. And then you go, well, Mike, you know, because on the other hand, though, I often complain about like repeated sequels of rehashed shit, you know, and like, you know, I don't like that either. To be honest, I don't like these yearly sequels. To games or something like that, where they just are trying to cash in on a hot IP or something like that. And so what I will say though, these things. What I will say though is that when it comes to sequels, I'm very much a guy who, you know, I expect the bare minimum of changes. That's what I do. Like I like you know, a couple of engine changes, you know. If you call something a sequel, you know, I expect it to be like StarCraft 1 to StarCraft 2, for example. That's a good example. You know, engine changes, like, you know, at its core, the gameplay, the fundamental gameplay mechanics are the same. You know, and it doesn't try to be something crazy. You know, you can add a little bit of a mix to it. That's fantastic. I love that. You know, but you know, when you boil down, let's say, StarCraft to the basics, you know, it's an RTS game with 3 races. You know, with separate storylines and micro and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, you just imagine if, like, they changed StarCraft 2 into, like, Red Alert or something, you know? Probably wouldn't have made a lot of the old fans of StarCraft really happy. Kind of like how they changed Diablo 3 into, like, a kind of an MMO. That's why that failed, you know? So it depends upon how ambitious it is, and you know, if you try and change it too much, because when you get a sequel, if you pick up a new Call of Duty game, a new Halo game, or something like that, you know, even though I'm not a particular fan of those kinds of games, the people who buy that shit, expect it to be, you know, regenerating health, 2 weapon limits, you know, and then they add a little bit into the mix kind of thing, you know, add a couple of new things to it. But then you look at this and you compare it to Quake 2. This is so far gone, and it's you know, it's kind of trying to rip off like Halo, which came out a year before this, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and appeal to a casual console crowd. Then you know what? You don't call it Quake 4. You know, I wouldn't be as pissed then. You could easily do. You could just call it like you know, I don't know, like Quake the Beginning or something like something retarded. I don't even care. Just don't call it Quake 4, because that implies it's a sequel to Quake 3, which is a sequel to Quake 2, and so on like that. And Quake 1, 2, and 3, you can see there's a progression in there of improvement. But when it comes to this is not a progression of improvement. It's terrible compared to those ones, you know. And so that's all you have to do, is you didn't have to name it that. And that I would have basically just said, well, this is just a game I played on a PC a while back. But no, this is the sequel to Quake 3. You know. I'm sorry, I don't mean to complain about it a lot, but it's just kind of like, you know, I am showing this to you guys. I am demonstrating to you what my personal problems with this game is. So, as I said, this is like, it's kind of like a neat mech part, because, you know, I'm not a huge fan of mech warrior games. Why wouldn't I like this? You know, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this vehicle mech thing. You know, even though it kind of controls kind of weird, it's fun. I'm having fun right now. Just fucking missiling the shit out of Strogg. But as I said, when I picked up a Quake game, could expect this. Ah well. Because there's a lot to take home from this. There's a lot of good that this game does, but a whole lot more bad, and especially doesn't meet expectations. And I feel kind of betrayed in that sense, because, you know, that's the only reason you would call it Quake 4, is if you want to sell it to the crowd that would buy a Quake 4 game. And that's often why they do these retarded ass like sequels to games, which aren't actually anything like the previous game. You know. Oh well. That's just my take on it, so you can think whatever you want, and I'm sorry if I'm complaining too much, but, you know, as I said, it wouldn't be that bad. I am purely judging it based upon it being a Quake game. That's all. Anyways, so here we are doing more of, I don't even know, you know, I still don't know what these things are. I don't think we've ever actually faced one head on. And these vehicles like regenerate health like nothing.
Marker Squad Bison, you are directed to take up a defensive position at your current location. On our tail. I copy that, Bison, but you're covering the retreat of 4 infantry squads. Understood. Bison squad, full on and deploy weapons. Provide the evac to ground. Eagle 2, Eagle 9, this is Eagle 12. Form up on me. Let's see if we can't offer Bison squad some assistance.
So basically what's going on is, sorry if you can't really hear the dialogue, but like the music is extremely loud. Though the in-game sound is really loud. You know, it's we're falling back. We're losing the war basically. So, you know, and that also doesn't help by the fact that obviously the Strogg, whenever you kill or severely or capture a soldier or something, they just basically Stroggify them and bring them onto their own team. So it's, you know, it's kind of an interesting, you know, it's an interesting worst enemy humanity has ever known. Cold, calculated, and you know, and industrial kind of thing, which is kind of neat. It's like, because, you know, industrialism kind of gets like a negative stigma because of what it kind of implies. It's like, yeah, like, produce more kind of thing, you know. It brings in like some interesting kind of things into question. Oh, also, I think my missiles lock on now. Okay, let me just fire these ones off. Oh god, it hit me in the face. Yeah, this thing will do more damage to me now. In between reloads, I can kind of just fire missiles. I think that one just hit that other thing by accident. This is a really scary spider. I really hope that, oh wow, we got him. Or not, okay. He's apparently really depressed. I don't know why he keeps blowing up, like, pretty much immediately. This is supposed to be like a boss fight. So not exactly a very bug-free game either, to be honest. There you go. I don't really know why we just left like this little mech walker thing around, but, you know, whatever. You know, they didn't do a whole lot with like the physics or anything either. I just noticed, you know, like, he didn't really try and break through this conduit or anything. Kind of brings into a bit of appreciation for what when they do it to other games and it's not scripted. Keyword not scripted, you know. Now this is a little fun part. Oh god, I can move this guy. So like I can't move under this. I have to exit it now. And I think it's now blocking my way. Is it blocking my way? Okay, good. No, it's not. I don't know why there's all these Marines here. Where were we going? We were falling back to the waste facility or something, I think. I think bitch has my railgun. No one gave you permission to use that. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Fuck, it's hard. Which is nothing you'd hear me say about this thing. Yeah, I hit them, but I already know what the problem is here. It's not quite the railgun you actually think it is. The problem is it actually is severely debuffed because you have to actually get an upgrade for it. It is a railgun though. That's probably why I'm not actually excited as you would think I would be right now. Because I kind of knew this was coming. Like I just headshotted him. It's actually pretty weak. Like I'm hitting him. It's pathetic right now. It gets stronger later, but you know I have it in spirit right now. That's all you need to know, I guess. They basically tease me with the weak version of the railgun. It gets like I think like 3 times the damage later. Because you know those weapon upgrades that they're doing. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I don't even care if this is like a spoiler. It's like, Mike, why did you tell me what upgrade you'd be getting later? I know what all the upgrades are. I recall what they are. And I recall that the railgun was really disappointing when I first played it, and I was really unhappy because that has always been my favorite weapon in Quake games, obviously, because I've always been a precision whore, I guess. But you know, it was really weak, and so I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. And I was really upset, but I wanted to finish the game, and then I actually progress through it further, and then it's like, oh, you get an upgrade. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, so that's why. In case you're wondering why. I figure I should just at least tell you that one. Anyways, you know, more on that though. You know, I guess I'll close this seal. Anyone wants it? Oh, here we go. Regular Strogs instead of my friend Strogs. But you know, to me though, you know, Doom 3 came out, and it was the same deal. Like, talking about what I was talking about before. Doom 3 came out, it disappointed all the longtime Doom fans, because it totally did not follow the Doom formula at all, just like this did not follow the Quake formula at all. And, you know, and the thing is, though, like, the thing they really went for with this is graphics. And you can look at it right now, and this has not aged well in the slightest. In fact, you know, you remember me, I did Quake 2, right? Quake 2 got a huge graphics uplift with all the mods I put in, and that since that was such a fun game with high modability, basically people said, okay, I want to play the multiplayer, but I want to play it so it looks a little more updated. And so they made all these mods for it, and that's terrific, right? But nobody made any of these mods for that. Well, they tried to, but they're not very good. I'll be honest with you.
Head to the waste facility. Just outside is your extraction point.
Hey, spider. I feel that I shouldn't have those there. I guess I'll just hop down here. And so the thing is, you know, and a game with bad gameplay is bad forever. You know, if the engine doesn't handle well, if it has some stupid physics restriction, where it feels like it's crap whenever I aim the mouse, it's gonna be like that forever because it's a restriction on the engine. They didn't spend enough time on the engine. They didn't spend enough time polishing it as much as I think they could have. Which means there was like, well, who the fuck's gonna go change it now? And so, but you know what they did? They made it look really nice so that on the box art, you know, it looked really nice for 2005. You know, like, look, you can just screenshot this and put this on the Steam page. It'll probably sell a few copies. But then when you actually play it, it's pretty underwhelming, right? And that's the point, isn't it? It's basically it right there. It signaled a shift in games because nobody wants to make the fun, fast, lots of enemies kind of exploration maps. They want to make these linear things like this where it's like it's really no mystery where to go next. And like then I just died. But what the fuck? Okay, anyways. There's no mystery where to go next, you know? It'll sell and people won't play it over and over again. Because you know that if you play it over and over again, you have no reason to buy whatever the fucking shit they buy next. So it's kind of disappointing in that sense. Alright, so we're calling a lift up. Okay, why can I... It's giving me the option to interact with the fucking panel from like all the way over here. Look at that. Really? What the fuck? That's fucking awful. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that. We'll just explore. There's no exploring to be done. What am I talking about? I'm sorry, that's funny to me. I'm just like, I fucking used it with my psychic powers, apparently. But anyways, yeah, so to me this was the end of a generation of games that I would really enjoy, and I struggle to find things I like, you know, these days. As I said, this is not bad, but this is not a classic. It's very generic, if anything. I mean, if you have like the little bit of like FPS prowess, then you're gonna be able to beat this with barely any deaths. Like obviously, clearly I haven't gone through this completely unscathed, but you know, whatever. I'm not trying to show it to you guys to be like negative Nancy or whatever the fuck. And I just fell. Good going, me. As I was just talking about like FPS prowess right there, I said, no, I'm not showing this to you to be negative. I honestly I do want to show this off, and I want to tell you why it's bad. And it's not bad for the obvious reasons. That's how it works. Like, because you probably wouldn't understand from a perspective of someone who actually hasn't played Quake. And it's as I said, it's bad mostly from my expectations of what it could have been. You know. Hey, and I got a small health back. Yeah. But yeah, I won't talk about that anymore. Let's talk about dark rooms, which is something that the ID Tech engine is really known for. And also, someone was telling me about how apparently the scope in. Oh god! And I just got railgunned. Apparently, the scope on that rifle. I've died a lot in like the last couple of minutes, haven't I? The scope on the rifle apparently does more damage, which is interesting. I had no idea that was the case. So this is more conservative on ammo, which is actually probably you're supposed to be doing that. It takes a little longer to kill them, though. God damn it. Yeah, I don't even know. Wait, did he just... He just died by impact damage to the grenade. I'm not crazy, right? He really did? Whatever. And here we have more of these torso creepy things. If you want to just have a look at the kind of the... I don't know, you know, it's a little gory, to be honest. And, like, they cut off... I don't know, it seems so unnecessary to me. That's kind of what I thought. At first I thought it was kind of freaky, and then I'm kind of like... It's unnecessary, because it's, like, obviously some guy who's alive and a part of, like, this Strogg, somehow. He has, like, a hairy chest, too. Whoever it is. But yeah, they repurposed him to become a computer. I don't know how, or battery or machine or something. But it seems so... obvious. Kind of thing. And they obviously... They either cut off his dick or censor it in there. I don't even know. I don't know why that's the thing I observe, but... And, same deal here. Actually, I think that's the same thing. It's just not slanted anymore. I don't know. It's weird. Is there anything else down here? That's what I mean. It's like there's very little places I kind of want to look around, but it's like, well, what's down here? Nothing. Like a bottomless pit. And a green line of goop. I'm really not impressed by this engine's technical feats at all. I was more impressed by Quake 2, to be honest. And I'm gonna keep talking about Quake 2. You know, I saw that coming from a mile away. You fuckers are in here somewhere. That's one. I'm trying to see where the rest of them are. Because you can hear them make a very distinct noise. They also happen to drop health back to me. I'm gonna just let them come up there. I will say they're kind of retarded AI. Very retarded AI. I mean, he just standing right beside explosive barrels. And barely even shooting at me. Give me your railgun. And I took fall damage from all the way up here. That's great. I want to show that again to you after I'm done with this guy. After I'm done dying to this guy. I'll just fucking fire some grenades at him. Grenades. You know, every time I die, it's right beside a quick save, which is good because this game doesn't actually quick save often enough. If you actually look at my list of quick saves, it's all mine. The game isn't saving for me, which is another problem of these older style of games. They never really had good points in which you would save or checkpoints, or whatever. Now let's see. Yeah, I really do take damage whenever I jump down the stairs. That's just fucking fantastic. So like I guess my fall distance height didn't increase, so now I have about 20 shots with this thing. You get about 3 shots with the railgun before you have to reload it. Multiplayer rules don't actually apply to single player rules, so obviously you have unlimited ammo with the railgun and that, but I'm actually not going to really be inclined to use it, so because why would I? Let's be honest now. You just try and dodge that? Alright. And what are these? This is just a bunch of corpses and shit. This is more kind of Quake 2-esque, to be honest. So this is like one of these, I guess grinder things, like the humans come down there and they grind them up. It's a processing facility, basically. Where they would reuse biomatter or whatever. And not really have any consideration for the lives of the people who go in there. They're kind of assholes, the Strugger. Anyways, I think we're done here, so until next time, glippity gloop, I'll see you later, bye.